Hello, my name is Denny Shea, and thank you for joining me for this Wise in 5. I'm going to talk about our third pillar of health according to Ayurveda. We had food management, sleep, and this third pillar is brahmacharya. Now, don't be alarmed. If you Googled that, you might see that it could mean celibacy or chastity, or kind of restraining sexual desires. And that could be very helpful for somebody that is practicing yoga and wants to harness some of these really wonderful energies, um, to further yourself along your yogic path. But I want to talk about brahmacharya in another light, a light that is also very commonly understood, and that is our energy and energy management. So brahmacharya can be understood as the right use of our energy, and it's widely translated as such. So regarding brahmacharya as right action, it's going to lead us to consider what we do, how we spend our energy, where we put our focus and attention. So you'll notice your external desires and the things that you find to be comforting and your preferences, and that's all good. Brahmacharya would really ask you or have you kind of notice these things and um, get to know, is this harmful? Is it helpful? Is it nourishing? Is it depleting? Is this taking me closer to this deeper sense of myself? Or is it causing avoidance or contraction, restriction, or hiding? So, really understanding that can help us make these proper choices in our daily life that supports the body and mind and gives us this really great, thriving energy. So if I'm aware where my energy is focused and the things that I'm doing and, taking that moment to ask, is this going to nourish or deplete? And where are my energy levels at this time? You also want to consider the level of busy that you are. So nowadays, sometimes busy can seem like a badge of honor. We're always doing something, we're always trying to be better than we are, to be skinnier or smarter or something. There's this striving as if we are lacking. And so, in that, we could get on this hamster wheel and keep going, 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 and not realizing that we're just emptying all of our energy out day in and day out and not ever kind of rebuilding. Especially if you're not sleeping well and not eating well. You can see how these three pillars of health really go together. They're not separate, they're going to influence one another. So, the more that we can have these nourishing choices that really provide us with the energy that we need or support ourselves and what we're doing, we're going to continue on that cycle, that loop of that food, that amount of sleep, that exercise, not doing this but doing that, only doing half of the amount of cardio or half of the amount of weight, excessive exercise, really depleting the energy. You might consider that here. Where is your energy going? And is it, really used in a very clear and I want to say right way, but again, that right way is about nourishment and providing energy and not continually depleting. We will recognize we will do activities that will deplete our energy or take from our energy, but it's all about this balance and continuing to make sure that we're um, topping off that gas tank and that we're not really falling too much below half. You can think of it like a journey. If you start from point A to point B and you're going to take a whole round trip, you have enough gas, say, to get the whole round trip. But if you only plan enough gas just to get to this one point, how do you have gas to get back? So I used to work out to exhaustion. I thought that's what exercise was and how working out was, and you hit that kind of peak or that runner's high. Um, and so I was very comfortable going to that edge of intensity and really depleting the energy and seeing that chronic inflammation and the digestive challenges and then disruptive sleep that could come of that for me was a big indicator that exercise is great and it can help with sustaining energy and building a nice energy as long as you're not going too much, going beyond halfway. Um, And if you're curious about that, get in touch with me personally. I'd love to carry on about that a bit more. But what I want to leave you with this, ask this question. Does this behavior that I'm about to do or engage in, does it lead me toward this deeper sense of myself, this higher power, this innate quality, this sense of being that is really clear and discerning and really knows the appropriate response? Is it the right use of my energy? So that might be kind of playing in your mind as you go about your day. Is this the right use of my energy? Getting on this phone conversation, is this the right use of my energy? Watching this scary movie, entertaining thoughts that are excessively worrisome. Is this the right use of my energy? These will all deplete. So just start to pay attention to where the energy is focused. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.